Welcome to another video episode on my robotic arm with wrist, pneumatic hand and hand pitch. Also arm pitch, compressor engine obviously. So let's point them out. Here is the compression engine of my own design. Two fischertechnik controllers. One is for everything except this motor and this switch, where the other one is only for this motor and this switch. Then arm pitch to make it go like this. Hand pitch or lift to lift the hand, so the yaw engine right here can work or should work, and that is a bit of a problem. It turns out that the former yaw construction with the non-metal axle was too flexible, so I had to replace it with a winch that is the same as this one, metal axle, and previously I completely reconstructed the yaw engine, the yaw gears, and it still doesn't work quite as I like it. Now this one slips a bit, so the question is what to do about that one. Do I need something different than this blue nylon cord? For example, something like this. Could be, but that will come up. Also, I need to do something with this, because this is rather flexible, and although it has been proven that it kind of works, doesn't work good enough. First thing though, I have to replace this motor, and although this is slowing things down, I'm going to replace the motor for a slower one, stronger and slower. So that's the first thing to do. I already prepared it. So two wires, and then with a connecting piece which is going in it. The connecting plate here still has to be transferred, and then a little bit of rewiring. So that is coming up. Let's see how that proceeds. So first thing to do is taking the wires off. And yes, it has to be done carefully. Then take the motor away, or maybe better like this, taking the axle away, sliding it off, and bringing this one back. Then next thing is taking this plate off and moving it to the other engine. So, and with that, this motor is free to use for other purposes again. So taking this motor and putting this on. And no, I'm not particularly left-handed. I am both-handed. So whatever comes, I can do. So this motor now can go, see whatever happens here. So now I should be able to put it in, and it has to be done with some care. Wherever this is. Alright, this takes some effort. I can't exactly see where the mounting is. There is the flat point, so it has to go here, and now it can be put inside again. And this should be it. With care for the wires, of course. So time to really mount it. And this is kind of creepy now, because with this without any tension, this is resting against the motor, and that is not really my idea. But it shows the dependency of the whole arm pitch of this hand pitch. Anyway, this new wire I have to connect to this wire, and the colors are helping. Green with green, red with red. And then the question is how to put the wires. And that, I think, is a very good question. But let me first engage them. So I have to first select which interface is which. Open interface on the computer, select one, and then check. Okay. Yeah, let me show you on screen. That's nicer to see. Right, so with the diagnostics interface, I feel at the switch which is which would engage the or disengage the just replaced motor. Input 1 doesn't show anything, so it's the wrong interface selected, which means I now have to select one, and now you see I can I watch the pressing of that particular switch. So I now know the motor, which is this one. And to the left is pulling. And at full speed, I will show you how fast it pulls. And then, of course, on the whole other thing, including testing the yaw. But let's first put some tension on this. Yeah. Alright, show you the speed. So, paying attention to the speed of this. Full speed to the left. And then you will notice how slow it actually is. But it is strong. So, turning the camera a bit towards the hand so you can see everything. And I have to keep in mind with this switch, because this edge is lower than this plate. And right now this is absolutely not usable. So I have to guide it. And slowly but surely it gets there. Now it's on the plate. And then the question is, how does it engage it? And slowly but very surely it should be impressed. And now it should be, and I have now to stop it. And yes, it is impressed. So now I'm going to release it until a point that I don't see the switch pressed anymore. Whenever that will be. Yes, that is now. So, engage again. And wait for it to be pressed. That input is 1. And that is taking some time. Too much perhaps, because it's already here. So I'll stop it. And one of the problems now is, I said stop it. Yeah, one of the problems is also from last time that while this was when I changed between diagnostics and the algorithm, my own program, that the algorithm already, that the diagnostics already detected this, but the software didn't. So that's a strange thing. Oh, and now I see that despite I stopped before the switch was detected, it is detected now. So that's also strange. Let me release it again, see whenever that actually stops detected. And that is a long time. So that is strange. The detection is not as expected. Anyway, now I have to detect to do the yaw, while input is still there. So let's go to see that one. And as you can see, I have managed to get an in-screen camera back. So the frames per second drops suddenly to 3 frames per second, which is really slow, of course. Anyway, I hope that the voice is recorded quite well. This is what it is about right now. So let's end this. Going here. This is still active. I have to change interface to 0. And then considering yaw is which one? Those are the fingers. The yaw is motor 8. So going back to the camera, that will be, and that goes wrong, would be this one. Yep, that one. And yeah, it's a small screen, but now I have it. Motor 8, which is on slave 4. Yep, now it runs. Unfortunately, frames per second is very slow, very low, and I have to stop it already. I have to go the other way. And hopefully you can see the movement of everything. I see another problem. This wire is unfortunately in the way. Whenever this is being pulled, whenever the left side is being pulled, this wire is acting up. I have to rewire this one here. So that is a problem. How can I rewire, by the way? Guide it under. That is the only way to do it. Or guide it through here. I think that is the best way to do it. There's still room. And the motor is still running. Let me stop it. So I have to rewire. Let's do it. Alright, so I have now rewired the piece of the wire going here. And unfortunately I notice that the frames per second dropped remarkably since start of the recording. Anyway, it is now time to make the hand pitch go this way. So pointing it here. So let's see how that works out. Still 8. And what happens? No, it should go the other way. Simple reason is that it now pulls the lower end, but also that I don't like, let me stop it, this winch, which is the winch for the yaw, is rather freely movable. So I should actually put a clamp here and the clamp on this side. Because such a move is not good. So that's one thing to do. Now let's go on. Left. And then I see a problem with the guiding as well. But what is the result with the hand? The winch stops. The winch slides. By the sheer force and weight of the hand, the winch starts sliding over the axle, and that's not what I like. So, well, how can I solve this? Can I solve this? This winch, and I have to put the camera a bit closer, higher. No, that is too high. This winch, which is right here, is not slipping while it pulls the hand. So then why is the other one slipping? I don't know. So, as I was telling in the previous segment, and apologies for the very slow image, I have now pulled clamps here and here, so it doesn't slide anymore. This has clearly been rewired, that's good. But what I don't like is when I pull this, it is sliding. And let me show you again. Diagnostic interface is still going. So as you can see, this is still running, but this isn't pulling. So that really is a problem. So although this won't slip, this is much more robust than a self-made carbon couple. I think that's the term in English as well. But this is really a problem, including the flexibility of this one. And well, this wiring obviously has been solved. Some other wiring couples or connections that were done using duct tape are replaced by these connections as well now. So that's all working. What's not working yet is the wrist, or anymore anyway, and as said, the yawl. Which raised the question how to solve it. I was talking earlier about the guidance, which is this one, and the old winch. Let me grab it for a moment. Where did I leave it? If anywhere. Anyway, the old winch was like this, and so it had about this length, this width. Well, the new one is like this, so I have to really carefully guide it. And so I think that I should move this one, if possible. No, that is not possible in this situation. I can only slide it up and down. So that's a bit of a problem. I can put a filling piece in here. But if that is a wise decision, that's another thing. So, all things considered, what is wisdom? And regarding the time, I think it's time to wrap. So, for now, what did I do? A short recap. Replace the motor, replace the wiring, reroute this wire, check yaw, check hand pitch, nothing with the Python code, and in reintroducing in-screen camera. Oh, and of course check this switch that is not really up to it, unfortunately. Let me see if the code wants to run anyway. That it does. And then you see that this is pulling, no, releasing actually. Yeah, it's releasing. And I have to pull the camera back a bit, otherwise it obstructs with the hand. This one is releasing right now. And this switch is signaled on as off. So regarding that, this one should change direction into that way and then pull again. And I'm glad the hand pitch or the arm pitch does work. That is very good. Now let me see if, and let me lower the camera a bit still. Yep, the finger does work. That one doesn't. Thumb, yes, absolutely. Index finger. Yeah, does as well. Very good. Ring finger. Yeah, albeit a bit slowly, but they work. So pneumatics is working very nicely. Pitch does work. This is still releasing. I don't know why. So yeah, all things considered, it works. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. Please support by making a donation via either PayPal or Wired. And you can also support via Patreon by becoming a patron and have your name mentioned by means of a monthly pledge. More information on everything at my website under this video. This is obviously going to be continued. Have a nice day. and bye bye.